There are two kinds of mountain bike to choose from when you're buying your first ride. A hardtail, which features only a front suspension fork, and a full suspension mountain bike, which features a rear shock absorber as well. Which one you're going to be choosing depends mostly on the type of riding you're going to be doing, but also on your budget. Most beginners will start on a hardtail bike because they're good all-rounders and they're generally a lot cheaper than full suspension bikes. Depending on the amount of travel in your front suspension fork, a hardtail can be used for most kinds of mountain biking. Full suspension bikes provide a lot more control and stability when you're going over rougher terrain. They tend to be a little heavier than hardtail bikes, but in return you get a much smoother ride when you're going downhill. Whether you're buying a hardtail or a full suspension bike, the amount of travel in the front fork is going to have a big impact on the way you ride. The more travel there is, the better the bike is going to be at absorbing up the bumps. Hardtails usually have between 100 to 120 millimeters of travel, whereas full suspension bikes will have between 120 to 160 millimeters. Once you know what kind of bike you're after, the next thing to think about is wheel size. Smaller 26-inch wheels are more maneuverable, but they're tougher to control over rocks, roots and hazards. Larger 29-inch wheels are easier to control and more stable, but they're tougher to maneuver and they accelerate slower. The 27.5-inch wheel, or 650B, is seen as the perfect compromise for many for the first mountain bike, combining the best of both worlds. The material the bike frame is made of will also have an impact on how it rides. Steel frames are tougher but heavier than the alternatives. Aluminium frames are lighter, while carbon frames are lighter still, but they do tend to be a lot more expensive. The more chain rings you have, the more gears you're going to have available to flip through while riding. A triple chainring will offer you the highest range of gears available. A double chainring setup is normally better though for beginners. This offers you a high gear ratio whilst taking away extra weight, maintenance issues and overlap. Single chainrings are often preferred by riders who don't do much climbing. Disc brakes are the gold standard in today's mountain biking, and really you shouldn't be buying anything else. There are two types, hydraulics and mechanical. If possible, we'd recommend buying hydraulics because they have better braking power, although they can be more expensive. Frames come in a variety of sizes, and of course, getting the right size for your height is absolutely crucial when buying a mountain bike. We'd recommend checking out the manufacturer's chart or asking a sales assistant. Also, if at all possible, try out the bike to get a feel for how it rides, because really, there's no substitute to getting out there and shredding.